Hello there, this is Dion97. I'm back for another quick video. Today I wanted to go through a really good place in Area Zero where you can hunt and isolate your encounters. The main one that this one is used for is for Great Tusk. However, you can use it for another wide variety of them, such as Screamtail with Psychic. You can also go with Ground, and you can even get away with Ghost. I'm going to first start with Great Tusk though and show you a fighting sandwich. The recipe is in the right hand top left hand corner of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and pop to when that's put together right now though. So as you can see, we put together a fight and encounter sandwich, and now I'm going to walk you through where we need to go. This is a really great area, not only for isolatings, but it allows you to have more control over your encounters, rather than chancing them spawning either in walls or anywhere that you can think of. It's really quick and easy, so we need to go inside the portal, and then we're going to select option number 4 for our research station number 4. And then we just need to wait for it to load. Once it gets loaded, we're going to immediately exit out, of course. Once out, we want to go straight down. You can also shiny check anything that you do see along the way, because these do have a potential of being shiny. You just need to jump right down and then fly over here to these 2 crystals. And then on the right, you're going to see this rock. This rock is going to be our main area we're going to be shiny hunting, because the way that the spawns work on here is absolutely ridiculous. As you can see coming straight over, we have nothing but Great Tusks right now. We need to give it just a little bit of time. It can take anywhere from about 8-10 seconds to load them all. Once we get them all loaded, we're just going to bump right back up and then go over slowly, and then go back up over, and then that'll reset it. So it's kind of like entering a city, because this is a spawn point. It allows you to infinitely redo them, essentially. So for the course of the sandwich, you can do the spawns. You could also do this without the shiny power too, but I would not recommend that. So as you can see, we did bump forward ahead. I recommend going slowly, just because I've had the misfortune of despawning 2 Roaring Moons myself, going fast, but it's entirely up to you. I do sometimes like to jump to get a little glimpse over there because they can spawn in the back, but as long as you go back and forth, you'll get plenty of spawns really quickly. So we're about 15 minutes in now. The worst part about this is that it does just come down to bad RNG sometimes, or sometimes good RNG. When you do this, you can almost guarantee yourself 1 shiny every single sandwich. However, you'll have some where you'll get 2 or 3, and then some where you'll get none. Right here is where we get our first one though. So I'm going to go ahead and go and encounter it, and then I will pop back over after the encounter to when we actually caught it. So we're back. We were finally able to catch it. It took over 2 minutes with this one. It just did not want to get caught. I had to put it to sleep a few times to keep chucking Ultra Balls at it. But that's just sometimes how the way the cookie crumbles. This one was really unlucky. When I did this with Fluttermane, which you'll see in a little bit, I was able to get 4 of them off of 1 sandwich. But this Great Tusk wasn't the best. We did end up getting a second one, which I'm going to cut to right here, actually. You'll see it spawn in just a second. This is why I don't recommend going super fast, because this one does spawn a little bit later, actually. And it spawns near the back. Had I been going to the back very quickly, we could have chanced losing this one. But it is one of the reasons why I recommend to go slow. I'll go ahead and cut to when we actually get it, though. What a nice seamless transition. This one was even worse than the first one. This one took about 3.5 minutes to catch, and I put it to sleep 5 times. It just did not want to get caught. But, that is all of our sandwich. Off this sandwich, we did end up getting 2 of them. Next, we'll go over ground. Did speed up this up so you can go ahead and see it. And we also have the sandwich recipe right there. I didn't do the one with just 2 salty herb mysticas, because most people usually reserve that for multiplayer. We're going to go ahead and jump to it. With ground, you will get more Great Tusk, and you'll also get Gibble and Gabites, but I don't recommend doing ground, because all these Pokemon can be hunted better areas, like Great Tusk itself. You can hunt with a fighting sandwich to get more encounters, and then Gibble and Gabite, you can hunt anywhere with the Dragon Sandwich, and if you're hunting Roaring Moon and Scarlet, you're probably going to get more. Dugtrio, same thing with Diglett. It's just not worth wasting the time on to hunt, and you also chance of falling off the edge. We are, however, going to cut to my favorite one to do here. This is Fluttermane. So Fluttermane is a ghost encounter, and if you're playing Scarlet, it is a Scarlet exclusive. It will spawn here, and it's one of the best Pokemon to spawn here. You could also go to the Area Zero gate where you enter the time machine and respawn that way. But one thing to remember, the game is still glitched. So Fluttermane will spawn if it's shiny during the day, but at night you can see all the spawns. It's entirely up to you. Unlike with Gibble and Gabite, they won't fall off the edge, so there's not really anything to worry about here. This is a great way to hunt it here, or you could go downstairs, but I recommend this just because it feels so much faster to reset it to get more spawn. Next up, we have my new favorite shiny past paradox Pokemon Screamtail. In case you don't get the joke, we do have 5 of them and they're in a party. This is another great area to do this. This one is a little bit easier too to do around with walking, but like I said, this just feels so much quicker. They'll sit here and spawn constantly, and you can get up to 15 spawns on this rock. The one thing is too, only 1 to 2 Espathras will spawn. So you can see only 1, and then the other one starts to spawn right there. So if you are just encountering and trying to go for a Screamtail, you can go for this right here. You could, in theory, also do a Fairy Sandwich, which I didn't have an actual video for as well. And then you'll have a chance to get this plus Fluttermane. So it does come down entirely to you, though. So the last one I'm going to show you here is Dragon. I do not recommend doing Dragon with this method. This method is really great for hunting, especially Great Tusk and the ones that we featured today, and even potentially Ground if you want to get a little bit of variety in there. But with Gibble and Capite, it just doesn't make a lot of sense, especially as you can see down there, they can spawn at the bottom of the crevice. There's just not enough spawns to justify how fast you can reset them. If you're going for Gibble and Capite specifically, then I would recommend doing them just walking around Area Zero in general. But if you do hunt Roaring Moon and you use a Dragon Sandwich, more than likely you're going to get a shiny Gibble or a shiny Capite. In the 3 Roaring Moons that I've been able to spawn, even though I've only caught 1 of them, I've gotten 4 or 5 shiny Gibbles. So they're much more common. Granted, they all do still have that probability, but you're going to see more Gibbles than Capites. I just don't recommend wasting your time and energy. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. I hope you enjoyed this little shiny hunting tip. And yeah, feel free to like and subscribe or do whatever, or let me know how I need to improve. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!